Okay, we have two baths here. The one on the left is your ultrasonic bath, stainless. And you get a bath on the right, it's also stainless. No ultrasonics on that though. And we have a quick dump rinse. Let's move these to the side for now. But this arm here, it's just a hanger, so once you pull your cassette out of the bath, you can hang it here and let it drip, and then bring it over to your dump rinse. To start the dump rinser, you can either go into operator mode on the panel here, and it can start from this key, or you can use the start key out here. You also have a reset dump, just as indicated on the panel. So what I'll do is I'll start the dump rinse from the start. And then you can see it operational here. So as you've seen, it's dumped and it's going to fill. And I have it programmed to do 4 cycles, so I'll show you how to program the dump rinser when we go into the maintenance mode here. Just want to show you up here, you have an exhaust monitor. So if the exhaust gets too low, it'll shut the whole machine down. I'll demonstrate that later too. And you got your EPO to shut the emergency power off. The fire alarm is not hooked up right now, so we don't check that out, but it is available. We have a heater controller, so this bath 1 here is now controlling at 60 degrees Celsius, and that's turned on and off by the push button here. We have a timer. It'll time down in seconds. And again, on the right-hand side bath, we have the same. You get your heater controlling at 60 C, and you also have a timer. I can stop the dump rinse cycle by hitting the dump, and that just opens the drain door, and I'll reset it. And generally the dump rinser is kept at a full water level, so it's filling now. And what I'll do is I'll put the cassette into the ultrasonic bath. And I have there's 2 recipes that you can program if you want to change different parameters. So you have 2 selectable recipes for the ultrasonic tank. And I'll select the recipe number 1. Now what I have programmed in is a 10-second delay. So we're not going to see any activity yet until the delay is timed out. You can pick that up, but there was some agitation going on inside there. If I pull it up. It's a little hard to see, but you can see the ripples on top of the water. Now our generator for the ultrasonics is up here. It's a multi-sonic, so you actually have 4 levels of frequencies that you can program in. And what I'll do is I'll show you that now. I'll shut the ultrasonics off. You need to go back. To get to that screen there that I was just saying, that's the operator panel where you can select your programs, 1 or 2 for your ultrasonic. You can start your dump rinse. Also on this panel you could turn on your spray nozzles. Now I have water hooked up to NMP. You can see that. The second one was called acetone. I just have air hooked up on these. And the third one, the IPA. What this select does is it gives you a certain amount of time. I'll show you in the program where to program it. It'll turn that valve on. And once the time's out, the valve is off, and you'll have to turn this back on in order to operate these nozzles. Now talking about the nozzles, we also have a nitrogen nozzle, blow-off nozzle, and the DI water spray. Okay, just going back to the screen here. You turn your lights on and off here. Do that quickly. You also have tank control. Here you can fill or drain your tank 1. On tank 2 you can fill, drain, and also turn the agitate on, which just brings nitrogen bubbling to the tank. You can see here now it's on. See the bubble? It's just nitrogen bubbling up from the bottom. Creates an agitation. Like I said, if I wanted to drain the tank, I would turn the drain on. And to fill it, what it does is it fills with it's hooked up to fill the NMP, the PR stripper. So if I turn that on, it'll fill. Let me do the drain first. We did everything. So I'm going to do it, and I'm going to drain this tank too for a little bit. You see the heater shuts off automatically. And we're going to see the liquid level detection alarm come on once it gets low enough. You got a float inside the tank here. There goes the alarm. If I go back to the operator mode, you'll see that the tank liquid level is low. In order to shut that alarm off, you hit the silence. And then I'm going to step back to the tank control, and I'm going to shut the drain off for now. So you can see the level is low now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the fill. And what that does is open up the valve that's allowing the NMP to enter the tank. And it's being monitored by the float, so once it hits the right level, it'll shut off. It'll automatically shut off there. Put the heater back on, and just to show you, the timer has no function other than the time in order to give you an alarm. But it has no control function other than an alarm signal. And the same with the other one. You either get an alarm like that. As you can see on the screen, there's no way to silence it. The only way to silence the timer is to hit the timer button. So we went through the tank control, the lights on off, and the third and final screen up here would be your maintenance screen, and the security code is 1234. And then with this screen you can do a lamp test. If you have an over temperature condition occur, you have to hit the over temp reset here once the temperature gets below a certain time. Temperature, excuse me. And you have your chemical dispense timers in seconds. So when I hit that on, record it, activate the acetone, that valve will stay open for 500 seconds and then shut off. And I got 500 for the IPA and 99 for the NSB. That's just the timer for the allowed valve to open, so that the spray nozzle will dispense. This screen here is to program your dump rinse parameters. And then you have your two multi-sonic recipes, which will control the ultrasonic generator action for your tank 1. Here you can select one of these 4 frequencies, either 40 kilohertz, 72 kilohertz, 104 kilohertz, or 170 kilohertz. You can select your power level in percentage. You can get 100%. Here I have it set at 80. On delay is how long it'll soak in the tank before the ultrasonics will turn on. And that's, I have a delay of 10 seconds. Duration here is 4 minutes. You can see it's, the M there indicates that it's programmed in minutes. You also have an on-off timer, so you can cycle on your ultrasonic, let it sit off for a while, turn it back on. That's programmed in seconds. Right here I have it programmed on for 30 and off for 30. Alright, I just activated recipe number 2 for the ultrasonic generator. And if you watch, this is your power level for the ultrasonics. We're in the off time right now, and you'll see it'll come back up. There it is. The program's slightly different. I have 50% power programmed in. So we're seeing 50%, and it's doing its on off. And over here is your how much time is remaining. We got another 25 seconds. So back up at 50. Alright, once the program has time, the recipe is timed out for your tank 1, you'll get an alarm and you hit silent. And then you can bring your work over to dump rinse and hit start. Got it.